got you covered. Bar S Foods, quality meats that are just right. From hot dogs and sausage to deli meats and more, Bar S is just right. Western and Southern Financial Group, life insurance, retirement, and investments. Tri-Health, the official healthcare provider for the Cincinnati Reds. Kroger, fresh for everyone. PNC, the official bank of the Cincinnati Reds. Reds Baseball is also brought to you by the Reds Radio Network.
Baseball is better with a group. Reds fans, you can save big when you bring your group of 15 or more to a game. Grab your friends and family and check a Reds game off your summer bucket list. Looking to entertain your clients or employees? Treat them to a major league experience at the ballpark. Part of a nonprofit? Fundraise for your cause with group ticket sales. For more information on how to bring your group to a Reds game, visit reds.com/groups.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 26th through July 6th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Hot dogs! Get your Bar S hot dogs here! Fresh off the grill, mustard, ketchup, relish. Don't let your day go dogless.
Nothing goes with baseball like a hot dog. And nothing goes on your bun like Bar S. America's #1 selling hot dog. And the official 3-2-1 hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds.
There is a land where excitement meets opportunity every day, where happiness and wonder start to feel like home. A place that makes your heart race at every turn, where a good job and a brighter future are just within reach. Some call this a dream. We call it Kentucky. Your next trip could be your next chapter. So pack up and come see us. It's never been easier to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home. Plan your getaway at KentuckyTourism.com.
It is just about time for baseball in Pittsburgh. Back to PNC Park we go now with all the play-by-play of the Reds and Pirates. Here's Tommy Thrall.
All right, thanks a lot. Yet beautiful day for baseball. In fact, the sun's coming out.
Another breaking ball, skied to left. And this ball is going to, it hit a bird.
You believe that?
Bird. I've never seen that.
Well, I've heard of birdies in golf. That's the first birdie I've seen in baseball.
Santana's probably thinking a bird in hand. That's the first ew of the 1987 season.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Jake Mangum's in center field hitting 8th, and batting 9th, the catcher Henry Davis, with Mitch Keller starting in the mound for the Pirates. Once more for Pittsburgh, Griffin, Lau, Reynolds, Gonzalez, O'Hearn, Valdez, Callahan, Mangum, and Davis, with Keller pitching. Here's your umpires today. At home plate, Adam Beck, Louis Krupas at first base, Jeremy Rehax at second base, and Dan Iasonia, the crew chief, is around at third. Pleased as always to be joined by the crafty left-hander Chris Welsh. I'm Tommy Thrall. It is great to be with you here today as the Reds go for the series sweep against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Chris, you look at this series, and the Reds really got fortunate in the game last night. Eugenio Suarez coming up with a huge home run, but sometimes, like we talked about with Terry Francona, a feel-good blast like that, we'll see if maybe that can be the catalyst for this Reds kind of turning the corner on the season.
Well, I think the catalyst is getting right back out there and playing the hard baseball and playing good baseball. You catch the ball, you pitch well, and so on. You know, it was a rare day yesterday when Chase Burns struggled a little bit on the mound. We don't see that very often, but the Reds offense took over. As far as the sweep goes, Tommy, let's talk a little bit about numbers. I know you love numbers. And, you know, of all the 3-game series that have been played in Major League Baseball today, only about 10 of those, or 10% of those, are swept by the visiting team. So the Reds are up against a wall and trying to do that, but boy, it would sure make a trip into Milwaukee a lot easier to start with when you've got 3 under your belt with wins right here.
Well, and the other part about that too, Chris, sure, it may be rare. All the series sweeps, I say all, both of the series sweeps the Reds have had this year have been on the road. They swept the Rangers in Texas. They also had a series sweep up in Minneapolis against the Twins. It would be nice to add a series sweep within the division against the Pirates. Look, the Reds have a lot of divisional games before the All-Star break. It would be really nice if you could get 3 wins here that kind of offset the 3 losses they had at home against Milwaukee.
Yeah, and of course, of all of this really depends on your starting pitching. And interesting, really, I think, because the 2 pitchers are very similar in the way they go about their business, but they're trending in completely different directions. Mitch Keller, the starter for the Pirates, has really struggled lately, giving up a lot of home runs over his last 5 ball games, whereas Brady Singer has really tightened it up and is pitching much better.
And the Reds have had quite a bit of success against Keller over the years, too. So we'll see if that continues today. It's the Reds and Pirates. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Keller ready to go to work. Into his windup, the right-hander brings it home. The first pitch is swung on and fouled away off to the left side. That's out of play. And the count is 0-1 on Ellie De La Cruz to begin the ball game today. Keller making his 17th start of the season, 5 wins, 5 losses. The ERA 4.89, but it has been a rough June for Keller. Ellie takes upstairs, and the count is even now, 1 ball and 1 strike on De La Cruz.
Keller, like Brady Singer, does not strike out a lot of guys.
Now he deals, and the pitch to Ellie in for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes now on Ellie De La Cruz.
But this is really separate themselves. Keller likes with 2 strikes to throw a lot of fastballs. Singer will throw a lot of breaking balls.
He fires, and Ellie taking that one as a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
You call that dancing out of the way or ducking out of the way?
Well, I was hesitant. Yeah, he bailed backwards. The bat went flailing. The pitch is a check swing down and in. And the count is full on De La Cruz, 3 balls, 2 strikes, because I saw the bat, and the way the bat looked from where we sit, at first I thought he might have gone through the pitch, and it be called a swing, but it wasn't. Full count, 3-2. He definitely jumped out of the way of it, the payoff pitch, and he goes the other way and slaps one inside third down the left field line. Ellie around first. He'll hold on right there. The left fielder Callahan quickly to it to make sure De La Cruz is held to a single. He knows firsthand the speed of Ellie, even though still not running as fast as he was before the hamstring, and certainly not as fast as he was a year ago before the groin issues or the quad issues crept up on him. But Ellie aboard here with a leadoff single.
Good fastball hitter, just took it the other way.
So the Reds have their leadoff man on for Sal Stewart. Sal had a couple of hits, including a home run yesterday. The right-hander Keller home, and Sal swings, lines it foul over the head of the third baseman. It ends up slicing foul down the left field line. 0-1 on Sal Stewart. Sal hitting .252, 15 home runs. He has knocked in 57, the Major League rookie leader in RBIs, among other categories, extra base hits as well. Right-hander Keller comes set from the belt. He deals the 0-1 pitch to Sal Stewart. And a breaking ball sweeps down and away, and the count is even 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-hander Keller gets the sign, readies. And the 1-1. And Stewart goes the other way with a fly ball high in the air to right, but playable for Esmerlin Valdez. He will make the catch. And Sal is the first out of the first inning. One on with 1 out, and now J.J. Bleday, the batter. Here's today's TempStar game time temperature in Pittsburgh, now under partly cloudy skies, 77 degrees. Temperature expected to creep up close to 80 today, but still a pretty comfortable day. A little humid, though, with all the rain we've had over the weekend here in the Pittsburgh area. Pitch to J.J. Bleday. He shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a fastball up and away, and the count is 1-0 on J.J. Bleday. Gentle breeze blowing straight in today. Nothing that should be a huge factor on the game. Not even enough of a breeze to keep the flags all the way aloft out in left center. 1-0 on Bleday, and Ellie will draw a throw from Keller over at first base. Keller has seen a lot of the Reds over his career. He has started 20 games against Cincinnati, 4-6 lifetime with a 5.29 ERA, and it all started when he made his big league debut against the Reds at Great American Ballpark. Keller's 1-0 pitch, and Bleday turns on it, but rips it foul outside of first. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on J.J. Bleday. Bleday still having a tough month of June. Did have a hit yesterday, was 1 for 4 hits. This sharply, but on the ground to the first baseman. They go to the shortstop covering at the bag. 1 back to first, double play. It goes 3-6-1, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Reds 0 and the Pirates coming up on the Reds Radio Network.
At Cincinnati Children's, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown health system with a global impact.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, sir. Is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Cincinnati Reds. Make it an affordable summer road trip with deals and adventures across Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Plan your Reds white and blue getaway at visitcincy.com.
Singer, Chris, you made mention of it, but Brady Singer, you look at the season numbers, an ERA close to 5 over 15 starts. That is not the pitcher that he's been over his last 4 or 5 outings, though.
Well, the trend is there for sure.
First pitch is low outside to Connor Griffin, 1-0.
And for me, Tommy, the biggest thing that jumps out for Brady Singer is the fact that, he's given up 17 home runs on the year, but he has not given up a home run in any of the last 3 ball games.
1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, the slider down and away, and the count is even 1 ball and 1 strike.
That tells me that you're not making mistakes inside the strike zone.
1-1, the count on Connor Griffin. Pirates happy to have him back, and he announced his return with loud authority, going deep in his first at-bat Friday, his first game back off the injured list. The pitch is inside. A sinker spins Connor Griffin out of the way. It's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Singer coming off, you could argue, his best start in a Reds uniform his last time out against the Brewers. Now Griffin, a soft roller to Ellie. Fields and throws in time. Griffin's out. And there's one gone here in the first inning.
You know, really great two-pitch combination. A lot of people like to evaluate pitches like in a vacuum, one at a time. How much does it break? How fast do you throw it? But the last two pitches that Brady Singer threw there to Griffin was inside fastball, in off the plate, knocked him off the dish, and then did the old-fashioned, hooked him after that, gave a little slider away, and a weak ground ball to shortstop.
Brandon Lau, the batter, with nobody on and one out, as Singer brings it home to Lau. And the pitch is in for a strike called. Breaking ball and a good one. The count is 0-1 on Lau.
Funny how that knock him down, hook him has worked for 200 years.
And now Lau wants to challenge that called strike by plate umpire Adam Beck. It was low. Flips the count to 1-0. Lau hitting .246, 20 home runs and 56 driven in for Brandon Lau. Singer's 1-0, and Lau skies it high in the air, left field. J.J. Bleday is there waiting on it. He'll make the catch, and that's the second out here in the first. And with 2 outs, the batter's Brian Reynolds in his 17-game hit streak. Reynolds hitting .289 with 11 home runs, 52 RBIs. Talking about Brady Singer and his struggles and kind of the turnaround, I thought it was interesting when I was talking with him a little bit yesterday. He was discussing the work that he's put in. Here's the pitch to Reynolds, and it's off the inside corner. And he was getting knocked around. And if you know Brady Singer, he is a intense competitor. Doesn't really show it much, but boy, is he a fiery competitor. 1 ball and no strikes, the 1-0 pitch, and it's down too low. Maybe intense is a better word than fiery, because he doesn't show that fieriness on the mound a whole lot, but it's burning in there deep down at his core. But he said that trying to figure things out and get things turned around was actually fun for him when he was doing his work on the side and in the bullpen, swung on and fouled back, 2-1 now. And I thought it was interesting, a guy that was really struggling the way he was, but he was able to describe the work that you put in between starts as fun, and the challenge and kind of leaning into that challenge to get things turned around.
You know, Tommy, funny you say that, because I've always thought it's funny to hear managers tell you how hard guys are working. They're taking ground balls into hitting batting practice. That is fun. They've done it their whole lives. And I think to embrace it like that shows you that Brady Singer is willing to do that. He told me, however, that the main difference is what he's trying to do in the last few starts versus earlier in the year. He's throwing more strikes.
Right.
And he's not resting everything on a perfect pitch on the corner.
3-1, swing and a miss, a slider down, and the count is full 3-2.
A great, for instance, is, you know, if you start the pitches in the zone and then work out, you'll get the hitter start to chase your pitch. If you do it the other way around, all of a sudden you're going to throw it right down the can, and that's when you're backing up third base.
3-2 pitch, hit sharply on the ground. Nice play at first by Steer with a backhand. Gives it up to Singer. Close, but Reynolds beat it out. A great backhand pickup on a sharply hit ground ball to the right of Spencer Steer, and the Reds want to challenge this. Singer had to hurry over to the bag.
It looked like Singer maybe slowed down just a hair before he got to the bag right there. But anytime the Reds are going to challenge something at first base like this, it's pretty certain that they've got a really good idea that they're going to be able to win this challenge.
I think they are. Singer's toe came down just before the foot of Reynolds. I think he's going to be out. Boy, it was bang, bang, though. Very, very close. And now all the umpires are getting together here as they listen from New York. Jeremy Rehack, the second base umpire, getting in on this conversation as well. And let's hear from The crew chief is Dan Iasonia. He's the third base umpire, but he's backing back up to his position at third, so we might actually hear from Jeremy Rehack instead. First base umpire Louis Krupa.
After review, the call of the field is overturned. The runner is out. Cincinnati will retain their challenge.
That was Jeremy Rehack delivering the message instead of the crew chief Dan Iasonia.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Yesterday's hero, Eugenio Suarez, standing in and watching the fastball up under his chin as he leans back out of the way of it. 1-0 the count on Eugenio Suarez. Big 3-run home run for the Reds in the top of the 9th inning yesterday with the Reds down to their final strike. Breaking ball spins in there, and the count is even 1-1. No question that home run felt good for Suarez. The pitch on the ground, rolled to the shortstop. Up with it is Griffin. He'll make the play in time to first for the out. One gone here in the second inning, and now Spencer Steer. Steer hitting .242 with 13 home runs and 34 driven in. Steer 1 for 2 with a run scored in the game last night. Now he takes a fastball on the inside corner for a called strike. Steer starting to show some signs that maybe he's starting to heat back up again. He pops this in the air, high, foul, third base side, and Gonzalez over near the stands and out of room. They'll actually end up in the camera well at the far end of the Pirate dugout. Always a good thing for this Reds team when Spencer Steer is going good. Hitting right in the middle of that Reds order. Steer has now hit safely in his last 3 games. Also has hits in 5 of his last 6. The pitch is up too high on the inside corner of the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Couple of home runs over those 6 games, too, for Steer. 1-2 pitch. He goes the other way and pops it foul into the seats down the right field line. A ball and 2 strikes on Steer. Nobody on with 1 man out. He has torched Mitch Keller in his career, 381 lifetime, but he gets him here. Does Keller, a breaking ball down and away, and Steer is down on strikes.
Yeah, a swing like that from Spencer Steer tells me he's not quite all the way back yet, because when you face a pitcher that you've had good success against, you don't swing at pitches like that. That was well off the plate and in the dirt. You know, that's a guy that is still kind of searching for it.
With 2 outs, here's Noelvi Marte. He swings, hits it sharply on the ground, the right side, far to his left. Brandon Lau fields and throws out Marte at first.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Here comes Pudge, and Burley tried to wrestle the ball out of his glove. Swinging at a pitch out.
Well, the catcher thought it was a pitch out, but McCarthy didn't know it. The umpire's going, whoa.
Ortiz did the strangest slide you've ever seen. He went down on one knee and went in frontwards.
Nice play by Punto, and the third base umpire takes a tumble.
Quite an acrobatic play, but he got out of the way.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
National Ice Cream Month, and Grater ships nationwide. Celebrate by shipping those rich, creamy, hand-packed pints anywhere in the country. Graters.com. Taste the greatest.
Nick Gonzalez leads off the Pirates' second inning. 0-0 our score. It'll be Gonzalez, O'Hearn, and Valdez. If anybody gets on, Tyler Callahan against Brady Singer here in the second. Singer to the plate. First pitch is a fastball strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1 on Nick Gonzalez. Singer buries a slider in the dirt outside. That'll even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gonzalez has quite a few multi-hit games this year. In fact, tied for second in the big leagues. The most multi-hit games. The pitch low and inside. A fastball, 2 balls and a strike on Gonzalez. He is one of several Pirates having good years this year. Look at what Brandon Lau has done. And Brian Reynolds, who's having an all-star caliber season and trying to be an all-star for the 3rd time. Made the final out of the Pirate first inning, but we've got some good years from some guys in some Pittsburgh uniforms, which is why they're hovering around the 500 mark and trying to stay in the race. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball headed right between Ellie and the third baseman, Sal Stewart. That'll roll into left for a base hit. Gonzalez is on. Pirates' first hit of the afternoon. He's on to begin the Pirates' second inning as we pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. One on, nobody out. The batter's Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn hitting .280 with 11 home runs and 46 batted in. Singer's pitch to him, and he misses off the outside corner. 1-0 on Ryan O'Hearn. He was 1 for 5 yesterday. O'Hearn's another guy that fits into that category of Pirates having big years. O'Hearn swings, swats it foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike on O'Hearn.
O'Hearn is a dangerous hitter when you throw him a lot of fastballs. He's a very good fastball hitter. I think Singer would like to get him into a count where he can bury that slider down and in.
Singer's home with a 1-1, and a good fastball sinks back to the inside corner. O'Hearn didn't think so, shakes his head, didn't want to challenge, but probably should have.
You know, Brady doesn't have a lot of run, a ton of that run where you go the front door fastball, but just enough to get the hitter off balance.
Singer's 1-2, up too high, and he bends back out of the way of ball 2. Count evens now, 2-2 on Ryan O'Hearn.
One downside of throwing a slider here, if you're a right-handed pitcher, is that the left-handed hitter can just hit a dribbler and get it in that hole on the right side. First baseman holding the runner on.
2-2 the count. Here comes. And he tried a slider, but tried to backdoor it to the left-handed hitting Ryan O'Hearn, but it stays outside, and the count runs full 3-2. Reds will head to Milwaukee from here. This is a series the Pirates were hoping to sock some wins away. Swinging a soft roller up the middle, and miscommunication between Ellie and Arroyo. It'll get through and into center field for a base hit. There was a moment of hesitation by Ellie because he thought Arroyo was going to take it, and Arroyo went the other way. He went kind of in closer toward the bag, and that moment of hesitation kept it out of reach of Ellie De La Cruz. It bleeds through up the middle.
Well, I think because the ball was on the first base side of second base, Arroyo thought initially he would field it and that Ellie would cover the bag. Ellie went to the ball, and that just caused both players basically to watch the ball go up the middle.
First pitch slider to Miss Merlin Valdez, ball 1.
Probably a product of them not really playing all that much next to each other.
1-0 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball up and in. And the count is even now, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Remember that the reason that Edwin Arroyo was up here in the first place is there was an injury to Ellie De La Cruz. So right. Ellie's only been back a week or so. That they haven't really had a lot of reps out there.
The 1-1. Spinner catches the inside corner, and it's 1-2. Valdez didn't like it, but Singer ahead in the count now. Ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and third with nobody out.
Dangerous guy. Swings a lot like Sal Stewart. Likes to hit it the other way.
211 hitter, but 4 home runs. Half of his hits have been home runs. He swings and drives this deep to left field. This ball's well hit. It's going to one-hop over the wall for a ground rule double. Pirates have the lead. It scores Gonzalez from third. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Still nobody out in the inning. Second and third.
Valdez did a nice job of staying back just long enough to be able to square up that hanging breaking ball. I mean, it was on the outer part of the plate, but it was way too high. It was thigh high rather than down around the knees. That's the difference between a ground ball double play and something up against the wall.
Didn't look like it had enough to get out, but it was definitely trouble, and trouble to the tune of a run. And second and third, still nobody out for Tyler Callahan. Singer working now in the bottom part of the order, and he misses for ball 1 up and away to Callahan. And Singer so far through the first 6 batters of this game had done a pretty good job of pitching ahead in the count. But he falls behind with the first pitch here to Callahan, 1-0. Singer sets ready. Now he throws the 1-0 pitch, and Callahan unloads. He hammers it high, deep, right field, and out of the stadium. Over the seats and right. A 3-run blast for the former Red, Tyler Callahan, after striking out all 3 times he came up yesterday. That was a no-doubter. It is 4-0 Pittsburgh.
He has really shown some power here with the Pirates, and he knew that immediately. That ball went over the stands, probably one-hopped into the river. The former Red gets a little bit of revenge.
Singer home to Mangum, and the first pitch to Mangum is a slider cut on and missed for strike 1. Yeah, I would imagine that felt pretty good for Callahan. 0-1 on Mangum. The pitch, swinging a foul into the net above the Pirate third base dugout.
Now, I use the word revenge. I don't mean that he has any problems with the Reds. The Reds took care of him after his terrific or horrific injury and ended up trading him. But you always want to do well against your old team, and I think you get a little bit of extra motivation when you get up there.
0-2. Slider low and inside. It's a 1-2 strike count. That would be the Freddie Benavides rule. Seems like the former players always take their old team deep. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Callahan did. Down on strikes, Mangum. That's the first out of the second inning.
So now what's in store for Brady Singer is you forget about the 4-run inning you just had. You've got to be able to kind of buckle down and give the team a good 5 or 6 innings, because that's the most important part going forward. You do not want to wear your bullpen out going into Milwaukee.
Singer's pitch to Henry Davis is swung on and fouled back for strike 1. Right back in the strike zone to both Mangum and Davis after the home run by Callahan. Fastball off the outside corner, and Callahan was just 2 for his last 19 before that home run. One ball, one strike. Swing and a miss, and a breaking ball down and away. They measure that home run. The estimated measurement, heavy on estimated, 412 feet.
Well, that number is not as impressive to me as the fact that there were 2 runners on base.
Well, yeah, swing and a tap foul. That counts for a lot more than the distance. I just thought for sure that ball was hit far beyond 412 feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Singer's back into his windup, and here it comes. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes, Henry Davis. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brady Singer. Now back to the top of the order in Connor Griffin. Griffin grounded to short his first time up. He takes a cutter off the outside corner. One ball, no strikes, and Singer delivers. This ball's ripped on a line into center field. That's down for a base hit. One hops its way to Friedel. And Griffin is aboard with a 2-out single.
Kid's got a nice, sweet swing. Very short swing for a kid who's 6'3". But if you keep pitching him on the outer part of the plate, he's going to do that all day long. That's where he likes to get it. You have to crowd him with the fastball.
One on with 2 outs, and now Brandon Lau. Lau flew out on a lazy fly to J.J. Blade, his first time up. It's here with a runner at first and 2 away. Singer to the plate. And Lau checks a swing on a backdoor breaking ball that's in there for a strike anyway. 0-1 on Lau. 1 on, 2 out, 4 in for the Pirates here in the second inning. 4-0 Pittsburgh. The pitch, and Lau right over the top of another breaking ball. If you're listening today on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? 0-2 on Lau. Runner at first, 2 outs. Right-hander from the belt, and the 0-2 pitch to Brandon Lau. And it's buried in the dirt, a breaking ball. Down and in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Griffin off the bag at first. He is a threat to go. It's 14 steals on the year. Not running here, and the pitch is inside. A fastball, 2-2 now on Brandon Lau.
I really don't think that with Lau at the plate that he is a stolen base candidate right here. You want to let Lau hit and swing the bat with a runner on base. He hits a lot of extra base hits.
The 2-2. Swing and a foul tip. Stevenson holds on to strike 3. The inning.
Yes, Scooter, you made the phrase, holy cow, popular. So at this time, Scooter, your friends have decided to present you with your own Holy Cow. You know, I'm not sure that was rehearsed beforehand.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
A 4-0 ball game here at PNC Park on this third of three. Reds versus the Pirates. The Reds took the first two. They are down 4-0 right here, and we'll go to Tyler Stevenson and TJ Friedel, Edwin Arroyo here in the top of the third inning. Mitch Keller, the old-fashioned full windup right there, lifts his left leg and coming to the plate with a slow breaking ball. It's ball one. Keller, 30 years old, originally drafted and developed by the Pirates. He was taken in 2014 out of a high school in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Swing and a miss by Stevenson, 1-1. You might say that Keller pitches backwards. Throws a lot of breaking balls early in the count, comes with the heater later on. There's a heater that misses, 2-1. Where Keller is exceptionally good this year is the first time through the order. And he misses again with a breaking ball, and Stevenson's got himself a 3-1 count. Trying to tease that outside corner with a slow sweeping curveball. And here's the hitter's pitch, and it's swung on, hit hard, but right on one hop to the shortstop Griffin, and Griffin comes across the infield. A little bit low throw, scooped out by Ryan O'Hearn, but one up, one down. And now TJ Friedel. Welcome back, TJ. Sent down to Louisville, played a lot down there, did TJ, and has come up here with the addition to the injured list of Blake Dunn. And a breaking ball on the outside corner, strike one to TJ. Friedel, when he was up here, struggled. Right around a 180 batting average and a swing and a miss, and he's down 0-2. Did hit a couple of home runs. 5 stolen bases, but it was the strikeouts really that kind of doomed Friedel this year. For a leadoff hitter not to be able to put the ball in play. Batting in the 8th spot here today, Friedel down 0-2, and here's Keller's pitch. A little bit low, and it's 1-2. Really a good time for TJ to come up to the major leagues. He is from a neighborhood right here in Pittsburgh, Sewickley. And a little ground ball to the second baseman. There is Brandon Lau, and he will field that flawlessly and throw out Friedel for the second out of the inning. So Mitch Keller just kind of breezing right through the Reds' order right now. He has given up one hit. That was a leadoff opposite field base hit by Ellie De La Cruz. He was erased on a double play ball. And he's retired every Reds hitter ever since. Edwin Arroyo steps in with 2 out, nobody on. And on the corner is a fastball strike. Arroyo never leaves the batter's box, wearing bright green shoes. Got his pants rolled up high, and he swings and fouls it back. 4 balls and 2 strikes. If you can think about the color of the Grinch that stole Christmas, that's the color of Edwin Arroyo's shoes. And here is the 0-2 from Keller. Check swing at the plate. Did he go? He did not. They'll check Dan Iassogna over at third base.
You thinking about the Grinch a lot in June?
Only when I see those shoes.
Oh, okay.
I watch it maybe 3 times a year, though. And not only in December. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And Keller's got 2 of those, and he has retired the first 9.
It's time for another road trip. We're heading to Birdland. Welcome to Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Opened in 1992, Camden Yards set the standard for new ballparks. Creating the retro classic aesthetic of brick and steel, nestled into a bustling downtown neighborhood, Camden Yards breathed new life into Orioles baseball. Just steps from the Inner Harbor and a short walk from Babe Ruth's birthplace, Camden Yards is steeped in unique history and tradition. The 100-year-old B&O warehouse is a lefty's dream target in right field. Take a stroll on Utah Street and be on the lookout for bronze baseballs embedded in the road. These plaques mark where home runs landed over the right field fence. And of course, in 1995, this was the scene of Cal Ripken Jr. breaking Lou Gehrig's long-standing Iron Man streak. Join in on the Unified during the national anthem. Feeling crabby? Grab some loaded fries from Local Fry. Or maybe head over to Boog's Barbecue and indulge in the delicious 92 crab cake sandwich. The city of Baltimore loves their O's and their ballpark.
Learn more about organ, tissue, and eye donation and register. Visit networkforhope.org. Reds fans, will you answer the call?
With 60 nonstop destinations, CVG will get you from the dugout to your destination in no time. Make CVG your MVP for travel convenience. Visit CVGAirport.com for more information. CVG Airport, connecting you.
Swinging a ground ball to Ellie. He will field and come home with it. The throw to the plate in time. That's the only out they'll get. But the Reds do get the lead runner and keep the Pirates off the board for now, from adding to their lead.
Well, the Reds had a choice there. They could have gone for 2 that would have scored a run. Ellie felt like maybe getting that lead runner was more important, because they did have Edwin Arroyo standing on the second base bag waiting to turn. Well, early in the ball game, I guess it's a toss-up which one you want to go for.
Brandon Lau, the batter. And Lau takes a fastball low, and the count is 1-0. Well, I think it's a great idea as long as Lau hits into a double play here. If he goes deep, I think it was a bad decision. 1-0 on Brandon Lau.
I would agree, 100%.
Swing, and there's a tapper foul to the right side. Count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's how it will be assessed, no doubt. But for the time being, the Reds get the lead runner.
And it does give Brady Singer a chance to get out of the inning unscathed here.
1 ball, 1 strike on Lau. Here he comes. Check swing on a pitch down over the outside corner. He went around.
Oh.
Dan Iassogna with the call over at third. An unpopular call amongst the better than 25,000 umpires in the seats today. Lau really didn't like it. He didn't think he went. I could understand his frustration. Don Kelly, no chance from the Pirate dugout. 1-2. Singer to the plate. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a breaking ball down and out of the zone. And that check swing that went against the Pirates, a pretty big call because it puts Lau in protection mode. And he went after that breaking ball down and out of the zone, and Singer strikes him out for the second time. 6th strikeout of the game for Brady Singer. Now 2 away. And all he needs now is an out from Brian Reynolds. The problem is he's got to get an out from Brian Reynolds. And Reynolds is smoking hot hitter right now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 4-2, and boy, wouldn't this be wiggling off the hook here.
Well, he did strike out Reynolds his last time up. Got him on a slider down and in, but to get him to that 2-strike count is the tough part. He loves the first pitch.
17-game hit streak for Brian Reynolds. He looks at a first pitch strike. The count is 0-1. It's his second longest career hitting streak. And Reynolds is hitting .379 over the streak, and also an on-base streak, best in the big leagues right now, 32 games. Reynolds watches a slider miss in the dirt outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Brian Reynolds. Mangum's at third. Henry Davis, their catchers, at second. Connor Griffin, a speedster, at first. Ellie playing up the middle. Arroyo in the hole on the right side. Steer deep at first. The pitch. Check swing on a fastball just off the inside corner to Reynolds. 2-1. He didn't go. No need to even appeal that. 2 balls and a strike. Singer sets ready, and the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, foul down the left field line. Now he's got him to 2 strikes. Singer needs a good pitch here. Pitch away from getting out of trouble. Reds have scored 2 to cut the lead in half. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back. Try it again. Reds plated a pair of runs in the top of this 4th inning. Inning started with a base hit by Tyler Callahan. And then a double play ball to Edwin Arroyo was bobbled, and the first 2 were aboard before the bunt single loaded the bases. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Singer's 2-2 pitch on the way. And it's a ground ball to Stewart at third. He backhands, sets, throws across in time to get the out. And the Pirates leave him loaded and don't score in the 4th.
Out to right center. Diving catch by Eli White. He makes the catch and bangs into the wall.
One of the better plays you're going to see in a long, long time.
Rookie. Oh, what a catch. It's sharply back toward the middle. Diving stop by Stott. What a great catch into the alley. Flip to the plate. They got him. He's out. On comes Ward, coming hard and making the catch.
On the run is Schumann, and he dives to make the play.
What do you got to do to get a hit today?
Simpson comes on to make a sliding catch. That was not an easy catch.
To the track at the wall, leaps up, and Mangum hauls it in. Clemens to the wall, makes the play. Betts gets there, twirls and throws to get him.
I think he surprised himself.
McLean gives up the body, pops to his feet, got her. He dives, he caught it. Goes into a dive, he made the catch.
Another great catch by Jung-Hoo Lee.
He leaps, makes the catch, crashes into the wall.
Cam Smith made a miraculous catch in right field.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
4-2, Pirates have the lead as the Reds bat in the fifth. First pitch on the way to Noelvi Marte. It's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 on Noelvi Marte. Let's look at today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. 0-1 pitch to Marte. And a breaking ball is off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. It has been Reds Pirates trivia this series. Keller back home now with a 1-1. And it's a little bit low with that fastball down. 2 balls and a strike. Last season, Pirates starting pitcher Paul Skeens posted an MLB best 1.97 ERA. Who was the last Red starting pitcher to post a sub-2 ERA over the course of a 162-game season? The pitch way too tight. Marte throws his hands up, bending back out of the way of it. 3 balls and 1 strike to count on Noelvi Marte. 3-1 pitch. And he looks at a strike. Didn't think so. He thought that was ball 4 and started to first base. He won't challenge. It split the outside corner.
And the choices are?
But first, the 3-2. That's ball 4. Breaking ball in the dirt outside, and the Reds have their leadoff man on in the fifth. Here are your choices. A, Noodles Hahn. B, Gary Nolan. Or C, Tom Terrific. Tom Seaver.
I think I'm going to go with Gary Nolan on this one. Well, I don't think we ever did answer yesterday's.
What? Really?
It was Big Clue, the answer.
Up and in, curveball, and Stevenson ducks out of the way. We never answered the question yesterday.
I don't believe so.
All right, well, let's pick an answer today. You're saying
I'm saying Gary Nolan.
I'm going to say, I think it's Gary Nolan also. That might be Tom Seaver. 1-0. And this ball's cranked to left field, hit well by Stevenson. On the run, Callahan, he dives, can't get it. It's Byman to the wall. They're going to wave around Marte. Here's the relay to the plate, not in time. And the throw home rolls away, backed up by Keller. And that is an RBI double for Tyler Stevenson, and the Reds are within 1. 4-3 Pittsburgh.
Boy, you described it perfectly as cranking it. That's exactly what it looked like right here, because it was hooking, but it just didn't sink as much as the left fielder Callahan thought it would. And he laid out for it, but didn't come up with it. And as you had talked about earlier, Tommy, this is when Mitch Keller runs into problems. After the hitters have seen him a couple of times, you know, this is the second time through. In a couple of batters, it will be the third time through. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see the Pirates get their bullpen up and going.
So the Reds are threatening here. They've already scored 1. The catcher out to pay Keller a visit. I think I'm going to say Tom Seaver's seat. Just all right. We'll revisit that. All right, let's go look at yesterday's answer. Refresh you on yesterday. This is yesterday's question now, so don't get confused. This is yesterday's that Chris tells me we never answered. TJ Friedel batting. He shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes down and in.
I will admit that I went home last night and looked it up.
Did you really?
Because it was bothering me, yeah. Well, I actually just looked up whether the answer, who I thought was correct, Big Clue, actually played for the Pirates, and he did.
Okay. Well, let's go back and revisit that. The question was who has a statue outside of Great American Ballpark to pitch up and away, but also played for the Pirates. That was the question. The Reds have 8 players honored with statues outside Great American Ballpark. Only one of them also played for the Pirates. Ted Kluszewski, Ernie Lombardi, or Joe Morgan. We both said Big Clue, right?
Yes.
Friedel yanks one down the right field line, but pulls it foul. Boy, that ball was crushed. All right, the answer was, in fact, a Ted Kluszewski. Reds Hall of Famer Ted Kluszewski was traded by the Reds to the Pirates prior to the 1958 season. He played with Pittsburgh until the Pirates traded him to Chicago on the south side during the 1959 season. So he was a White Sox also. The 2-1. Friedel takes a fastball down. It's 3 balls and strike.
Did I ever tell you that I attended the Ted Kluszewski baseball school in Bainbridge, Ohio as a kid?
Boy, I don't think you did.
Yeah, I did.
I can't wait to hear how that went.
I got a story about that.
Was that a hitting school?
It was a pitching school and hitting school.
Oh, okay, 3-1. And Friedel rips a line drive to right, but it's going to hang up for the right fielder as Merlin Valdez. He makes the catch.
Hit it right on the button.
Just right at the right fielder, unfortunately.
So I talked my dad into sending me to the Tech Zuski Baseball School. Went there for a week, came back after a week with the Most Outstanding Pitcher Award. So the next year I talked him into sending me for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I came back with the Outstanding Ping Pong Player Award. And he said, that's the end of that.
Is that true?
True story.
Note to self, never play you in ping pong then. Edwin Arroyo swings and dribbles one foul, first base side. 4-3, Pirates lead the Reds. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Reds are rallying. They've scored the last 3 of this game. 2 in the 4th, 1 here in the 5th. Stevenson's at second with 1 man out. Do you still play a lot of ping pong?
Haven't played for a while. I'm looking for a worthy opponent.
Well, come on over to the house.
All right.
Ping pong table has some dust that needs to be knocked off of.
That's good to know.
Also got to move about 50 boxes in the garage, but we'll make room.
I get thirsty when I play nowadays.
Oh, don't worry. We've got you covered. Here's the 0-1. Swinging, this ball's ripped over the head of the first baseman O'Hearn down the right field line, dug out in the corner by Valdez. The throw comes into second. Stevenson will score, and the Reds have tied it at 4. An RBI base hit for Edwin Arroyo. Scoring Stevenson, and we're all tied up.
So that's got to feel awfully good for Edwin to be able to come up and drive a run in right here after booting a ball that could have been a double play ball. And he went right down to get a low pitch just a little bit below the knees. He loves it down. I mean, he's got that typical wheelhouse swing of a left-hander that likes it down around the knees.
And now Keller will start his 3rd time through this Reds order. And his first pitch to Ellie De La Cruz is a fastball on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. The Reds with 4 hits against Keller that second trip through the order. They only had 1 against him the first time through. The 0-1. And Ellie takes a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield straight away. I don't see any action right now in the Pirate pen. The 1-1. And Ellie got a piece of it, but fouls away the changeup. Arroyo's off the bag at first. From the belt, Keller's 1-2 pitch. And a ground ball, this could be 2. Fielded by the second baseman, Lau, to Griffin at second.
And Ellie never got out of the batter's box.
He's
I
hurt.
hope he's all right.
They will throw to first to complete the double play.
Oh, boy.
But Ellie never did get out of the box, and boy, this is a shame. And I can't tell what's bothering him. So it will be a 4-6-3 double play. Ellie started to go, but as soon as he started to run toward first, his legs gave out, and he went right to the ground in almost the push-up position and then came hopping up out of the box. And, boy, he is in some pain.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
He's the reason why you come to the ballpark.
Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the 2nd fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the Diamondbacks club record of 52.
What
in the world happened to Mike Sims?
Looks like he's hurting a little bit.
He really does.
Something inside the batting helmet.
Look at that.
Maybe he got a Q-tip stuck in there or something.
He is obviously in a little bit of pain. It was a bug. It looked like it was a pretty good sized.
It was a moth,
too. Look at this.
It's a live moth.
Wow, we've seen it all now.
Learn more at jameshardy.com. That's jameshardy.com. Hey, Reds fans, it's Dan Horde. July is National Ice Cream Month, and Graeter ships nationwide. Celebrate by shipping those rich, creamy, hand-packed pints anywhere in the country. Graeters.com. Taste the greatest.
Nick Gonzalez leads off the Pirates' bottom of the fifth, and now they're looking into the Pirate dugout. And is the trainer coming out to look at Nick Gonzalez? I think there's something's up with him. Oh, needs eye drops, so he'll use some eye drops. Let's pause for station identification while we have a moment on the Reds Radio Network. So they got the eye drops in. Now Gonzalez ready to go to work against Brady Singer. Reds and Pirates have this game all tied up at 4 apiece. Reds do have action in the bullpen. Julian Garcia has been throwing. Brady Singer trying to get through this fifth. 81 pitches. First pitch on the way to Nick Gonzalez, and he spins a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. Good slider, 0-1. Going back to the double play ball that Ellie hit into. Good to see him stay in the game. So it begs the question what it was. Here's the 0-1. And the pitch is off the outside corner because he definitely grimaced in pain. Went to the ground, kind of in that push-up position, and never did go to first base.
Yeah, and I guarantee you the Reds medical staff watching every move.
1-1 up and in. It's still looking awfully ginger out at shortstop.
I mean, he's the kind of guy that just does not want to come out of a ball game.
No. 2-1. Swung on, fouled back. He just did that whole injured list thing, and I don't think he's in any hurry to go back on that. But so the Pirates get the out at second base, and then they just held the ball at second. They eventually threw to first while Ellie was still at home plate. Lifted in the air, right field. There's the right fielder Marte coming in toward the line to make the catch, and Gonzalez is the first out here in the fifth inning. Chris, is there a point where the batter has just given himself up because the throw went to the first baseman O'Hearn, but he wasn't on the bag when he took the throw, and I don't think he ever hit the bag?
Well, there's a rule about that. You do have to touch the bag.
Okay, so at what point was Ellie out?
Well, he would be out as soon as he left the dirt circle, and he would be out for abandonment.
Okay. They still put it down as a 4-6-3 double play.
That goes for a strikeout, for instance, that may get away from the catcher, and the hitter doesn't know that, and he starts walking back to the dugout.
1-0, ground ball foul, first base side. Here is Ryan O'Hearn.
In high school rules, I think it actually, Tommy, they allow the hitter to go all the way to the dugout until they call him out for abandonment.
Good to know next time I find myself in the midst of a high school game.
You're a pretty good umpire. If you slow down slow enough, they may grab you and put you on the field.
Here's the 1-1. O'Hearn swings and misses at a cutter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fortunately for everybody, those days are long gone. I think so are the umpiring days.
You just didn't want to handle the parents.
O'Hearn fouls it away left side.
Which is by far the hardest thing about umpiring amateur baseball.
There's no doubt about that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Singer's pitch just off the plate outside. Or you could just play dumb. There's no way they're talking about me. I'm doing a great job.
Fortunately, there was no replay review.
Yeah. 2-2 on O'Hearn. Here's Singer's pitch. This ball's hammered to right field. O'Hearn jumped all over it, and he hits it way out of here. That one's to the back row of the seats and right above the Clemente wall, and it puts the Pirates back on top 5-4. O'Hearn has some power, and he put it on display right there. His 12th home run of the year. The former teammates. And O'Hearn wins the battle here. And O'Hearn has been on every time he's been up against Brady Singer. Singer fires the first pitch in for a strike to Esmerlin Valdez, 0-1. 5-4 Pittsburgh. Swing and a miss and a fastball up. Quickly 0-2 on Valdez. So after the Reds battled back to tie it up, Pirates have jumped right back in front. Valdez fouls it off to the right side. And it just might be kind of one of those days, Chris. Just got to keep scoring, keep finding a way. Singer back to the plate with the 0-2 pitch, and it dives down and away. Valdez, a ground rule double, which plated the Pirates' first run of the day, and grounded out his last time up. He later scored on the home run by Callahan. He takes ball 2. Fastball from Singer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the 2-2 pitch, grounded right back up the middle, and that'll get through into center field. Base hit. Merlin Valdez is on with a 1-out base hit. And that's going to be it for Brady Singer. Terry Francona will make his way to the mound. We've got a Wolvers Mustard pitching change coming up. Wolvers Mustard, let's put some mustard on it. New pitcher coming on for the Reds with a runner at first base and 1 out. Pirates leading the Reds 5-4 here on the Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans, bring your family and friends and save big on concessions with Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesdays. For all Tuesday Reds home games, fans.
If you're feeling crabby, check out some of these wild and weird moments from around the league.
Since going to tag out Bowers, who had the crab crawl back toward first base.
Is this 1-1-1-3 on the putout?
Of course, catching it is one thing.
Whoa!
Go through the 5-hole?
Yeah, it sure did.
Now that's what you call really struggling.
Now let's see some animal instincts on display in the field.
Nico! Behind the back. What a play!
Get a load of this.
Say hey, Austin Martin right. He made an incredible catch.
And a liner caught by a leaping Bobby Witt Jr.
No question about that one.
Robles over, goes to a dive, and makes a tremendous catch.
Oh, I didn't give him a shot off the bat to come down to that baseball. Oh, highlight reel stuff from David Hamilton.
How about that?
Riley Green looking to add on and maybe take a lead.
Riley Green, fly ball right center field. This one's deep. Watch it fly! Gone! How about it? Riley Green's first of the postseason delivers a 4-3 lead for the Tigers in the 6th.
Wow, just stayed on that breaking ball.
A Wolvers Mustard pitching change as Francona makes his way back to the Reds dugout. It'll be Julian Garcia, 31-year-old right-hander, bats left-handed, but he's a right-handed pitcher making only his 2nd major league appearance. His first was last week for the Reds, and he is in the ball game right now. Wolvers Mustard, Julian put some Wolvers Mustard on it.
1 on, 1 out. 5-4. Pirates have reclaimed the lead here in the 5th inning. Garcia made his major league debut in an inning and 2/3 on Tuesday against the Brewers. Now here he is. First pitch on the way. Fouled back. Strike 1 on Tyler Callahan. Callahan hits his first 2 times up. He has the biggest hit of the game. 3-run home run that capped a 4-run Pirates second. Singled his last time up. Garcia hoping to coax a ground ball out of him right here. And there is a ground ball rolled up the first base line, fielded by Steer. A second one, back to first, not in time. The Reds do get the lead runner, though. Valdez is out going first to second on that soft roller right up the first base line to Spencer Steer. Ellie got on that throw back to Steer and made it relatively close. And Steer doing a good job with that throw, kind of leading Ellie across the bag to the outfield side. Threw it to Ellie's glove side, which makes that a much easier play, but there was just no chance to get Callahan. The first pitch is low. No, it's a strike at the knees. Slider, 0-1 on Jake Mangum. Mangum struck out his first time up, reached on a fielder's choice his last time up, man at first with 2 outs. Garcia's 0-1, and he misses upstairs with a slider. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Garcia has that right over the top delivery, but his main pitch is a breaking ball. Kind of a sweeping curveball that he throws in there about 3/4 of the time.
The 1-1. And it's in the air right field off the bat of Mangum. Going back is Marte, and he'll make the catch. Side retired. But the home run by Ryan O'Hearn has put the Pirates back in front. It is 5-4 Pittsburgh as we.
You can see a lot of different characters at the ballpark, and this week brought out some of the best.
I just hope that whatever was going on with that hot dog, that dog now own that hot dog.
I have not seen a cup on the bottom of a spike.
This is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
Osuna gets one into the cone.
So look up and look out.
That bat exploded, and the Mariners haven't blown it up.
Florida man's a real thing, Wayne.
Tarps off. Freebird time at Busch.
Fantastic entertainment.
Hats off and shirts off for the top defensive plays of the week.
Towards the side rail, he crashes into the wall, and he made the catch!
Another stop by Peraza, throw from his back, and he got it!
Now, look if you dare, I shall not drop the ball.
Church is gonna make a diving catch!
Holy smokes, what a catch by Julio Rodriguez.
Into the dugout, flips into the dugout. Did he hold on? He did.
How about that?
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Sal Stewart leads things off for the Reds here in the 6th. 5-4 Pittsburgh. Mitch Keller back to work, and Stewart swings, lines it right back to Keller, who reaches behind him to make the catch. There's one gone. Nice play by Keller. And it reached across his body to make that play. With his momentum kind of falling off the mound toward first, he had to reach back toward third. Made that play. With 1 out, J.J. Bleday comes to the plate. Keller back into his windup. The pitch to Bleday, and a breaking ball hits the outside corner for a called strike. Well, down in Louisville, Bats playing host to the St. Paul Saints. Hunter Green, awfully good today in his rehab game, swinging a high fly ball left field shallow toward the line. Callahan on in a hurry, and he'll make the running catch for the second out. 2 away. Brings up Eugenio Suarez. Green went 6 1/3 innings of shutout baseball. Didn't walk anybody, fan 4. Only gave up 1 hit today. Then Emilio Pagan came in and pitched a scoreless 8th inning, allowing just 1 hit. So Pagan with a couple of good outings. looks like he'll get activated probably in a couple of days. The pitch is up and in. A fastball hits Eugenio Suarez. I think that got him right on the wrist. He is holding his wrist. Now he'll get checked out. He is going back toward the dugout. Sean McQueenie is taking a look. Actually got him right kind of where your hand meets your wrist, right on the hand side. And he is in a lot of pain.
Well, he came up and in pretty good right there, Mitch Keller did, and that's the kind of hit by pitch that can get your team fired up a little bit.
So Suarez hit by the pitch. Boy, you can already see it swelling up on him. They're putting pressure around different parts of his hand on that left hand. Ooh, yeah, it got him more on the hand, I think, than it did the wrist. Kind of right on the back of the hand. So he is in some pain. He's still standing there with Reds trainer Sean McQueenie and manager Terry Francona. I think they're going to try to take him out of this game. He looks like he's going to stay in. I thought Tito was going to reach down and pull his helmet right off his head and say, no, you're coming out. But Suarez will make his way down to first after the hit by pitch. And
well, he's giving Keller the hairy eyeball, I can tell you that.
He is. Boy, he is mean mugging the Pirate starter all the way down to first. He is none too pleased. And now Spencer Steer batting with a runner at first and 2 outs. Keller readies. And the pitch on the way to Spencer Steer is a strike call to the top of the zone with the first pitch breaking ball. The count is 0-1. Yeah, you kind of wonder if that doesn't quite pass the smell test right there. 0-1 pitch. Steer grounds it foul, third base side. No balls, 2 strikes. I mean, the swelling on his hand is, and it looks like he's got a golf ball under his skin on his left hand. Now the 0-2. Check swinging on a pitch down and away, and he didn't go. Keller sets. Now here he comes. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line, fielded by Gonzalez. They'll go to the short way at second to force out Suarez.
And he drills this ball. Goodbye. Bang to begin this series.
Leadoff home run number 30 in the career of Shohei Ohtani.
Jake Bennett, Rocky Mountain High. He is rolling along.
Career high 9 strikeouts over 6 innings.
8 consecutive hits over 2 innings, and finally touched the dish 3 times to walk it off.
8 shutout innings. 9 strikeouts for Kyle Bradish. One of the best starts of Kyle Bradish's baseball life.
Brandon Woodruff coming back to the mound. 6 innings, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts, no walks. I mean, this was vintage Brandon Woodruff.
It looks like this guy's not scared of anybody. And he pitches like that. It's true.
Thanks for joining us tonight celebrating the OC bobblehead. It's time now for the start.
For you. Right now, get 40% off our Comfort 365 windows. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get extra $1,000 off a sunroom with promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule an estimate online at ChampionSafeNow.com.
Matt Tracy, the acting pitching coach, has run out to the mound to have a meeting. Everybody in the infield has come in there. And it's a very frustrating but very lonely place for a pitcher when you can't throw the ball over the plate. Now we go down to Jake Mangum.
This is a dangerous hitter, even though he's in the 8-hole. There are a lot of different things that he can do at the plate.
Well, the Reds are expecting a bunt. They've got Sal Stewart, the third baseman, in way close, and also Spencer Steer playing very close. Mangum, a very good bunter. And he's not bunting, and he takes it in off the plate, ball one.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be playing tight against this guy because he might bunt, he might not. And he can certainly hit the ball a ton.
McCambly to the stretch. A couple of runners on, nobody out, bottom of 7. 1-run ball game. And the pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
10th pitch of the inning that McCambly has thrown, and that's his first strike.
To the stretch. McCambly to Jake Mangum. Mangum waits, and it's inside, ball 2. Boy, nothing puts your defense back on their heels faster than walking a couple of batters and then falling behind the third. That's exactly where Zach McCambly is right now to Jake Mangum. Runners with good leads. And the pitch. There's a little bit low. Looked like it caught the plate, but it didn't get high enough, and it's a 3-1 count. Reds have activity in their bullpen. Looks like it might be Brock Burke. And the pitch is ball 4. So back-to-back-to-back walks, 2 innings in a row for Reds relievers.
And on 13 pitches. Only 1 strike in there. I mean, that leaves Terry Francona really with no choice, I think, but he's got to go get him.
It was here in Pittsburgh where the Reds walked 7 batters in a row. Am I correct?
Yep. Yeah, that was kind of what I was alluding to.
I knew you were. I've been trying to forget that, too. Well, Francona's at the bottom of the steps. He's waiting, I think, for the sign from the bullpen that Brock Burke is ready to go. And Tyler Stevenson has patted McCambly on the back. I think that it's going to be all but a Wolver's mustard pitching change coming up soon.
Yeah, the whole point of Tyler going out there is to just buy some time.
And they've done about as much as they possibly can. The home plate umpire, Adam Beck, says, let's go, Terry. If you're going to make a pitching change, come on out and do it right now. And that's exactly what we will do. It'll be a Wolver's mustard pitching change. We'll tell you all about the new pitcher right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Celebrate this 4th of July with fireworks, fastballs, and the mouth-watering flavor of
the MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time, because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Over's mustard pitching change is Brock Burke coming into the ball game. Left-hander comes in, and it is a tough situation for this lefty right now. Bases loaded, nobody out. This is the third time in 4 innings that the Pirates have loaded the bases. The first 2 times they did not score a run. The Reds pitchers were able to get out of it. But back-to-back walks by Zach McCambley has loaded it up. And we're down to Henry Davis, the catcher, number 9 hitter. Davis, low batting average, but he's got some pop, and a pitch high and away. It's a ball, and a quick throw down to first base will send the runner Mangum back to the bag. Reds trying to pick the pocket of the Pirates right there and get an easy out. Did not happen.
Just trying to get an out any way they can get one right now.
Davis, a 150 hitter, but he does have 6 dingers. And a pitch is high and away. Burke is behind 2-0. And now Burke wants a new baseball. Give me one that will obey. From the stretch, Burke delivers as swung on and a high pop fly in the infield. That'll be an infield fly rule and 1 out in the inning. Ellie catches it, so put it down as P3, but it was a harmless pop-up, and Brock Burke got behind the hitter, but he's ended up coming around to get him. So now we turn the lineup over, and Connor Griffin.
Well, the wind has picked up a little bit. It has changed direction. You can see some rain moving through the valley, the river valley out beyond left field. Hopefully it stays out there.
Burke peering into the leadoff hitter, Connor Griffin, and the pitch is a fastball in off the plate, ball 1, making a slider. That's where you want to pitch Griffin, inside. He loves to get his arms extended. Big, strong kid, 20 years old. And a pitch by Burke is swung on. It's a ground ball right through the third baseman. Stewart going to come home. We got to tag him, and he's out. And for the 3rd time in 4 innings, the Reds strand the Pirates with the bases loaded. Holy moly, can you believe that? Somehow Brock Burke pulled it out of his hat, and the Reds will keep it a 1-run deficit. Pirates 5.
Is lined and caught on a dive toward the line by Paredes.
Great play by Isak. Diving to his left is shortstop Walls. He gets up and throws him out. Tanner Walls wasting no time to turn a hit into an out.
Coming on Langford, and he makes a sliding catch. Nicely done.
Don't they know who's out there? Have they not watched Cody Bellinger?
Smoke to third and caught by Suarez. Wow, that was a rocket ride.
To the track, Martin to the wall, jumps up. Austin Martin caught that ball.
And Osuna into a slide, makes the catch.
Good stab by Castro, spins around, throw to first. Well done, Willie.
Long way to go for Connor Norby, who made the over-the-shoulder grab.
Tremendous.
Up the middle, backhanded by Urias. Stretch by Guerrero, they get him.
Oh, stopped by Palacios, and the throw to first. Nice job there. And he'll slide to make the catch. Coming in, Michael Harris. He dives, and he's got it. Great catch by Michael. That saves a run, most likely.
Let's see how the big fastball for Miz works out.
Struck him out. Another fastball.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Always the big question is, how does somebody recover after their first start? You got all the jitters out after opening day.
I think he's back.
Still bringing some serious heat.
He's already got 3 over 100 today.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101, and Mizorowski's got the juice working here this afternoon at American Family Field. Couple of Ks and a perfect first for Miz.
Reds come to bat here in the top of the 8th inning. Down a run still somehow on the pitch. Sal Stewart hits it sharply to the backhand and off the glove of Connor Griffin. It'll kick into left field. Stewart is aboard, and the Reds have their leadoff man on in the 8th inning. That'll probably go as a base hit. It will. But it was right at the shortstop. Boy, that's a play you expect a big league shortstop to make. He doesn't. And the Reds have their leadoff man on to start the 8th inning. 2, 3, and 4 for the Reds here in the 8th. Sal's aboard, and now the 3-hole hitter, J.J. Bleday. He's 1 for 3 today. The pitch to Bleday is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 on Bleday. The right-hander, Carmen Mlodzinski, sets ready. And here's his 0-1. And Bleday swings, hits it high in the air, deep down the right field line, but he pulled it foul. Don't know that he quite had the distance on it. It definitely had some altitude, but just out in front. 0-2 on Bleday. Mlodzinski's 0-2 pitch, and Bleday takes off the outside corner. It appears as though the rain that was out beyond left field has dissipated. There's a ridge of trees and forest on the south side of the river, the pitch. And it's off the outside corner that we can see out beyond left field. And that ridge started to disappear in the fog, and usually that fog is not just fog, it's rain. But it's reemerged. 2-2 the count. Runner at first base, nobody out. The pitch, and Bleday takes a split low on the inside corner. Now it's a full count here on J.J. Bleday. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and just as I say that, start to see some raindrops here. Mlodzinski's 3-2 pitch. And he walked him. Left a curveball high and outside, and the Reds have 2 on with nobody out here in the 8th inning. And now the rain coming down a little more in earnest, and folks are starting to look for cover. So Nathaniel Lowe will be called upon now. Lowe off the bench to hit for Eugenio Suarez, and this probably has as much to do with Suarez being hit in the hand by a pitch as it does the matchup. Maybe not, because you still have the righty-lefty matchup. Mlodzinski to Lowe, swung on, fouled back. But I just can't imagine Terry Francona hitting for Eugenio Suarez, even with a left-hander against a right-hander, if Suarez wasn't hit on the hand and probably isn't feeling the effects of that. Here's the 0-1. Lowe swings through a fastball, and he's down to the count, 0 balls and 2 strikes. Mlodzinski ahead of Lowe, 0-2. Now the right-hander home of the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back, left side. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Stewart led off the inning with a base hit off the glove of the shortstop. J.J. Bleday followed with a walk. 2 are on. Nobody out. 0-2 on Lowe. And he swings, loops one short center field. Falling out goes the shortstop, and Griffin makes the catch. Connor Griffin ranging straight back from his position at short into shallow left center field, and he's able to run it down and make the play. A big first out here in the 8th inning.
Pretty nice play by Griffin. He showed himself some really good foot speed. He did not make the play on the hard hit ball by Stewart, but he was able to tag that one down pretty well.
And now Spencer Steer. 2 on, 1 out. Mlodzinski from the belt and brings it home. Instead, a spin and throw to second base, chasing Sal Stewart back to the bag. Right-hander against right-hander. 2 on, 1 out. Mlodzinski gets the sign, comes set. Here's the first pitch to Steer. Instead, Mlodzinski steps back off the rubber again. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Mlodzinski's first pitch to Spencer Steer is a split off the inside corner for ball 1. With Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thrar, on-site engineer Cindy Boyden, our studio producer back in our network headquarters, Austin Elmore. The 1-0. Up and in, and Steer twists back out of the way of a fastball at 93. It's 2-0. Steer way ahead of the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. We're in the 8th. Pirates pitchers have given up 160 runs in the 7th inning or later. Only 2 teams have given up more than that. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Steer. He swings, sends a fly ball in the air, right center. Over the right fielder, Valdez. He'll be called off by the center fielder, Mangum, and Mangum makes the catch. Now 2 away. It's up to Noelvi Marte now to try to extend the inning. Mlodzinski wants a fresh baseball. It's not raining heavily, but might be enough of a rain that the ball might start to get a little slick. Mlodzinski's first pitch, up and in, ball 1 to Noelvi Marte, 1-0. Stewart at second, Bleday still at first. 2 men are out. Mlodzinski's 1-0. Swinging a ground ball foul, third base side. It's a 1-ball-1-strike count now on Marte. Marte had the big hit for the Reds in the 8th inning on Friday night. Big home run. Pulled one into the seats down the left field line. 1-ball-1-strike. It was Suarez yesterday. Now Marte trying to be the hero again. Up and in again with a split. Got away from Mlodzinski there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Marte now way ahead of the count. You can get a little bit more selective as this at bat moves along here. If you're Marte. And Mlodzinski turns it loose. And he's over but low with a fastball, and the catcher Davis wants to challenge. Pirates have both. That looked to be low. And it was low.
Pitch was the ball. Pittsburgh has 1 challenge remaining.
Quite a bit low, actually. Almost 2 inches down below the zone. 3-1 now on Noelvi Marte. Tyler Stevenson, who has 2 hits in this game and has hit the ball well all 3 times he's been up, is waiting on deck. The right-hander Mlodzinski's home with a 3-1. And Marte watches a fastball right down the middle. Called a strike, full count, 3-2. Best pitch he'll see. Now Marte backs out of the box. Mlodzinski through the signs, ready. Runners will be taking off. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Noelvi Marte. Swinging a ground ball headed toward the middle. Up with it, Griffin. He fields, throws across to first. Big stretch by O'Hearn in time to get Marte, and the inning is over.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
Out to right center, diving catch by Eli White. He makes the catch and bangs into the wall.
One of the better plays you're going to see in a long, long time.
Rookie, oh, what a catch!
It's sharply back toward the middle. Diving stop by Stott.
What a great catch into the alley. Flip to the plate. They got him. He's out.
On comes Ward, coming hard and making the catch.
On the run is Schumann, and he dives to make the play.
What do you got to do to get a hit today?
Simpson comes on to make a sliding catch.
That was not an easy catch.
To the track at the wall, leaps up and
Mangum hauls it in. Clemens to the wall, makes the play. Betts gets there, twirls and throws to get him.
I think he surprised himself.
McLean gives up the body, pops to his feet, got it. He dives, he caught it, goes into a dive, he made the catch. Another great catch by Jung-Hoo Lee. He leaps, makes the catch, crashes into the wall.
Cam Smith made a miraculous catch in right field.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Of a 4-day adventure with Croswell Tours. Explore Washington, D.C. and all its history. Visit gocroswell.com for details.
In what is a light rain, Pirates are leading the Reds 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brandon Lowe to lead it off for Pittsburgh against the left-handed throwing Brock Burke. Left-hander against left-hander. First pitch on the way to Lowe is a fastball that misses upstairs. Between innings, grounds crew went out and ripped the cover off of the tarp that is rolled away down the left field line to kind of get the tarp in ready position. 1 ball, no strikes on Lowe. Burke's home with a 1-0. And Lowe sends it in the seats foul. Back to the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lowe. Lowe is 0 for 3 with a walk. He struck out twice. Burke fires. And it's bunted right back to the pitcher. No, actually it's bunted foul. From where we sit, it looked like it was bunted straight down and it was going out toward the mound because Burke was charging in on it, but it actually went down, and then as it came back, realized, well, that was actually foul over to the right.
From where we sit, Tommy, I think you can call another 100 games here and you'll still get that one wrong.
Yeah. Of course, there's always a weird trajectory from just about every vantage point you have where a ball could be hit and it can fool you. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Lowe. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider down and away, and there's 1 gone here in the 8th. I know a couple of times I've been fooled at our place, and our booth at Great American Ballpark, if it's not the best in baseball, it's certainly on the short list.
Yeah.
This one is nowhere near the top of the short list. And now the rain picking up a little bit more as Terry Francona makes his way to the mound. But I've seen a ball fouled straight back that I feel like is going straight out. And it just fools you on that vantage point.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Dominic Smith leads off for Atlanta.
Pitch on the way. Dominic Smith hammers one. A mile high, a mile deep, a majestic shot, and it's 2-0 Braves. What a display of power by Dominic Smith. A home run deep over the right field wall, and it's 2-0 Atlanta.
Boy, that was such a pretty swing. Dominic just pulls his hands in and gets the barrel to it, and that ball cleared the fence. I waved goodbye as it was going over. It was smoked.
CVG will get you from the dugout to your destination in no time. Make CVG your MVP for travel convenience. Visit CVGAirport.com for more information. CVG Airport, connecting you to home runs.
Well, Pierce Johnson was going through his warm-ups. Crew Chief Dan Iasonia has called for the tarp, so they are covering the field as we speak, and we have entered into an Arc Encounter Reds rain delay with one out in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Pirates leading the Reds currently 5-4 here at PNC Park in the finale of this 3-game series. Visit Arc Encounter, the life-size Noah's Ark south of Cincinnati, arcencounter.com. It looks to be a very small cell that is moving through right now, but it is raining pretty heavily. So because of this rain being as hard as it is right now, I'll tell you this, Chris, you could probably speak to this better than I can. But this is not ideal pitching conditions with it raining like it is right now.
No. I don't think it's ideal playing conditions at all. I've always thought that if the pitcher can get it out of his mind that he is having a problem out there, it's even harder on the hitter, because the hitter, if you think about it, he's got a hard helmet on, and the water seems to be dripping off the bill of his cap and getting into his eyes. I've always thought that if you're a pitcher, you kind of want to go out there in bad weather, because the hitters don't like it either.
Well, it looks like it just kind of popped up. Like I said, the hope is that it's a very small cell and that it'll move through very quickly. But it's raining pretty heavily at the moment, so probably a good idea. The thing that, I guess, from the pitcher's perspective, the Reds are only down by 1. So the last thing you want to do is be a pitcher that's out there in a quick burst of rain that's heavy. You have trouble gripping the ball. All of a sudden, you can't command it. Traffic gets on the bases. It turns into a big inning. The rain stops. Then your team comes up, and now all of a sudden, instead of it being a 1-run game, you're down 3 or 4.
And you're pitching, and you're hitting against pitcher in dry conditions.
Right.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think it's a wacky game today so far. I mean, the Pirates have had 9 runners on base in the last 4 innings, stranded out there, and did not score a run. They do have a 1-run lead. I just think that if you can get out there and play this game, and I'm sure they're going to play fairly soon, because if you look off into the distance, you almost see blue skies.
Right.
So if you're ever going to get a pop-up storm, more than likely it's going to happen in Pittsburgh.
We are in an Arc Encounter Reds rain delay. We'll check some scores around Major League Baseball and get you up to speed on where we are. For now, we'll keep it right here. This is an Arc Encounter Reds rain delay with the Reds trailing the Pirates 5-4 with nobody on and 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning on the Reds Radio Network.
During this rain delay, start making your plans to visit the full-size Noah's Ark at the Arc Encounter, just 45 minutes south of Cincinnati and right off I-75. The massive Ark features 3 decks of stunning exhibits. The Arc Encounter also has a zoo, a virtual reality experience, state-of-the-art playground, and more. At 510 feet long, the Ark is the world's largest timber frame structure. Visit arcencounter.com.
You know, there are a few things in life you can always count on.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We're in an Ark Encounter Reds rain delay here at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. The sky's opening up. It is pouring. So they got the tarp down in time. That's the good news. The bad news is we're in a rain delay late in this game. There is one out in the Pirate 8th inning with the Reds trailing it by 1, 5-4. Pittsburgh has the lead. Here's an update for you from around the organization. Mentioned earlier during the game, but in case you missed it, Hunter Green and Emilio Pagan both pitched for AAA Louisville today, and it went well for both. Hunter Green went 6 1/3 innings of shutout baseball, struck out 4, only allowed 1 hit. And then with a clean inning the next inning, Emilio Pagan came in and pitched a scoreless 8th inning, allowing just 1 hit. Didn't strike out or walk a batter. So Emilio Pagan now should be ready to go the next time around. He won't pitch tomorrow, but he will probably be activated when he's available again on Tuesday. And Hunter Green sounds like he will make probably at least one more start for Louisville, and then they'll kind of assess it from there. If that goes well, presumably he'd be ready to rejoin the big league club, but nothing certain on that just yet for Hunter Green. But good news on both fronts. Both of them seem to get through their outings quite well. As far as pitches go, Hunter Green threw 82 pitches. They wanted to get him right around 85, so that's good news there. And it took Emilio Pagan, again, just 9 pitches, but 8 of those were strikes. So he didn't throw a whole lot of pitches when he threw a couple of days ago, and he only threw 9 again today to try to get ready to rejoin this big league club.
I just think you said the magic word, Tommy. Strikes.
Right. Bingo.
Yeah, and that's one reason why the Reds miss him so much, because you take your back-end guy out there. He may not be the best closer in all of baseball, but he's a guy that you depend on, and it allows Terry Francona to have roles for the other pitchers that when you're rotating a closer in and out of there, all the other guys are affected as well, and you really never have a role. You want to know when the bullpen phone rings in the 8th inning that you're the guy that's getting up. And, of course, without Tony Santillan around and Emilio and Pagan, you don't have that option.
They have canceled Kids Run the Bases here at PNC Park for after the game today. But who needs Kids Run the Bases when you have kids splashing through puddles? And there is a lot of that going on right now around PNC Park. It is a rain-soaked PNC Park at the moment, and the rain has come on, and it has hit hard. It is still raining very heavily at the moment here in Pittsburgh. Let's take a look at some scores around Major League Baseball, with the Reds currently trailing the Pirates 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning with nobody on and 1 man out. There is one final that's been turned in. That was down in Tampa. The Rays beating the Diamondbacks today 5-1 in that contest. They're in the bottom of the 9th inning right now in Toronto. The Rangers currently up 3-2 on the Blue Jays. Top of the 9th in Baltimore. It's the Nationals with a 6-4 lead on the Orioles. Top of the 9th in Detroit. Tigers and Astros are even at 3. In the bottom of the 8th inning in Cleveland, Guardians trail the Mariners. That game's 4-1. In the last of the 8th inning, same spot in Minnesota, bottom of the 8th inning, with the Twins leading the Rockies 3-2. Bottom of the 8th in Milwaukee, the Brewers and Cubs locked in a good one, 1-1 in that contest. They've played 8 so far in St. Louis, and the Cardinals own a 2-1 lead on the Marlins. Bottom of the 8th inning in New York, it's the Phillies 5, Mets 4. Top of the 7th right now in Chicago, with the Royals leading the White Sox 5-4. Top of the 4th in Anaheim, 4-0. The Angels have the lead on the A's in that game. In the bottom of the 2nd inning in San Francisco, Braves and Giants are scoreless, and they're through 1 so far in San Diego. The Dodgers and Padres are scoreless. The Yankees and Red Sox are playing each other this weekend, so you can pretty much guarantee they are the Sunday night game, as they are. It'll be the Yankees and Red Sox coming up tonight, 7:20. Sonny Gray starting for the Red Sox against his former Yankees, and going for the Yankees against the Red Sox, left-hander Carlos Rodon. We're in a rain delay, an Ark Encounter Reds rain delay here at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. While we have a moment, let's go ahead and button up the trivia question today. Since we failed to answer it yesterday, we'll get it answered right now today. This is today's trivia question. Last season, Pirates starting pitcher Paul Skeens posted an MLB best 1.97 ERA. Who was the last Reds starting pitcher to post a sub-2 ERA over the course of a 162-game season? Was it A, Noodles Hahn, B, Gary Nolan, or C, Tom Seaver? You said Gary Nolan. I said Tom Seaver. Would you like to stay with your answer, or would you like to change?
I'm going to stay with Gary Nolan. I think that it's somewhere along the line. Seaver had a year where he was sub-2, but I do not think he was a Reds pitcher at that time.
I don't think so either. I don't know.
He was pretty good.
He was. You think? He was all right. Let's see. It was B, Gary Nolan. I should have picked Gary Nolan. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't, but it was B, Gary Nolan. In 1972, Reds Hall of Famer Gary Nolan ranked second in the National League with a 1.99 ERA. Philly Steve Carlton topped the National League that year with an ERA of 1.97. It is raining in Pittsburgh. The rain does appear to be tapering off, but no sign of the grounds crew right now. So that would lead me to believe that we're going to be waiting for a little bit longer here in Pittsburgh. Kind of hoping that it might be just one of those short delays where the rain comes through. We have a big burst of rain. It rains hard for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it stops, and they pulled the tarp off, and we're ready to go in a matter of minutes. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more of an extended delay than we were hoping for. We've got a Gym Day podcast ready to go for you on the other side of a break. Before we get to that, though, let's pause for station identification up and down the Reds Radio Network. It continues to rain in Pittsburgh. The Pirates have a 5-4 lead on the Reds. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pirates are batting with nobody on and one man out. We'll send you to a Gym Day podcast on the other side of a break. Here from Pittsburgh, this is an Arc Encounter Reds rain delay on the Reds Radio Network.
During this rain delay, start making your plans to visit the full-size Noah's Ark at the Ark Encounter, just 45 minutes south of Cincinnati and right off I-75. The massive Ark features 3 decks of stunning exhibits. The Ark Encounter also has a zoo, a virtual reality experience, state-of-the-art playground, and more. At 510 feet long, the Ark is the world's largest timber frame structure. Visit ArkEncounter.com.
This is the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley, for my good friends at Grippo's. Grippo's has been a hometown favorite since 1919 and is the official chip of the Cincinnati Reds. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th generations of the Grippo's family are committed to making the freshest, highest quality potato chips and snack foods you can eat. Grippo's is the original fun food company because they've been having fun satisfying your craving for snack food for over 107 years. So when somebody tells you to get a grip, you know what they mean. Get Grippo's.
There is a land where excitement meets opportunity every day, where happiness and wonder start to feel like home. A place that makes your heart race at every turn, where a good job and a brighter future are just within reach. Some call this a dream. We call it Kentucky. Your next trip could be your next chapter. So pack up and come see us. It's never been easier to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home. Plan your getaway at KentuckyTourism.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
I don't get it. If it's somebody that's been driving the ball, but yeah, okay, he hit a home run the other day, but 2-0, bases loaded, nobody out. I think he should be getting the universal take sign, unless I missed something. We're squandering so many opportunities. It just frustrates the heck out of me that we green light a guy that on a 2-0 count to a pitcher that's struggling. I hope you can answer that question for me.
Well, I mean, I think that there's a couple of ways that you could go there, and I don't know this to be true, but I don't believe that there is so much red light as there is green light on 3-0, and I would be very surprised if take signs are given on 2-0, even to the most paltry of hitters, which of course Davis will qualify. I think the best way to perhaps not even find yourself in such a situation here.
was warming and then brought into the game, and during that time where he was warming up on the mound, the rains intensified, and so then they brought out the tarps at that time. And so Johnson, who did not pitch in the game, is going to be brought out after that long delay. But again, he was warming in the pen and now is warming on the game mound here. And the question remains whether Carmen Majinski, who has pitched 2 innings of relief, would be permitted to continue. It's going to be about an hour and 5 minutes of rain delay. And think about it, he didn't pitch since before the Pirates batted here in this bottom of the 8th inning. And then they're going to come to, they're batting here in this inning. So still in the same half inning. So it might be an hour and 30 minutes between times. So looks like Dennis Santana is just starting to toss now in the Pirates' pen. And it looks like Majinski will be done for the afternoon turned evening.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. If he was an older guy, mid-30s or something, you tend to let those guys go back out there. But one of your young, hopefully rising stars, you want to take care of those arms, and that's a pretty decent layoff to have to go back out there and pitch again. So.
And to feel strong, but also feel.
I do it Saturday for a contract cost of $15,123. Excludes all applicable taxes and government fees. With approved credit through TFS. Price will vary based on accessories. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Pittsburgh Pirates leading at 5-4. The Reds have a new pitcher on the mound. It is Pierce Johnson as we resume play after the rain delay here in Pittsburgh. Actually getting this thing started about a minute before they were hoping to at 5:20. Johnson sets, goes to work. First pitch, Brian Reynolds takes a curveball up and away. The count is 1-0. We're right back at it now here in Pittsburgh. Reds are down 5-4 in the last of the 8th inning. It was a 1 hour, 5-minute rain delay. The 1-0 pitch to Brian Reynolds. Check swing on a curveball down and in. 2 balls and no strikes now on Reynolds. Pirates have Reynolds followed by Nick Gonzalez. If either reach, Ryan O'Hearn batting. 2-0. Swinging a foul. That's off the front of the Reds' first base dugout. 2 balls and a strike. With Chris Welsh, I'm Tommy Thrall. Great to be with you here at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Johnson gets the sign, now comes set. Here's his 2-1. And he misses high and outside with a cutter. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. That's Devin Mesoraco back there, sitting in the seats behind home plate here at PNC Park.
I thought I saw Devin down there earlier in the ball game. He lives in nearby Puxtatawny.
He's good friends with Phil. 3-1. Curveball hangs up and away. And Brian Reynolds is aboard with a 1-out walk. Now Nick Gonzalez.
That is the 7th walk that Reds pitching has given up, and they did not get a walk. The Pirates didn't until the 6th inning.
The Reds have walked 3 straight twice since that time. Now Gonzalez, look out. Fastball got away from Johnson, up under the chin of Gonzalez, who twists out of the way of ball 1. 1-0. Gonzalez whirls the bat around. Johnson looking for a double play ball to get out of this 8th inning and give the Reds a chance in the 9th. Johnson home with a 1-0. Up and in again, and that one almost got him in the helmet. 2-0. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. 2-0 on Gonzalez. Here's Johnson's 2-0 pitch. Tried the inside corner again, and the curveball hangs up. Dennis Santana is loosening in the Pirate bullpen. Johnson home with a 3-0. Walked him. Fastball outside. Back-to-back walks.
I'm seeing a trend here.
Yeah.
Not sure I like it.
What's to like?
You know, I should say a defensive Pierce Johnson. It's not easy to warm up, be ready to get in a ball game, and then go ahead and sit down for an hour and then go back out there again. You have to kind of lock yourself into trying to say, hey, we're in a big league game right here.
Ryan O'Hearn now, and O'Hearn takes a look at a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 on Ryan O'Hearn. And Johnson, I thought, did everything you could ask for. He went out to the mound very early, started warming up. You could tell went through his normal warm-up to try to get loose. Now this ball is well hit by O'Hearn to deep right field, and it is gone. That is a 3-run home run for Ryan O'Hearn, and the Pirates have blown this game wide open. It is 8-4. It was only a matter of time before the Reds were going to have to pay the price for the walks, and the Reds pay up in the 8th.
Well, it was a curveball, one of the first ones that Johnson was through near the strike zone, but it was way down. I mean, it was right at the bottom of the zone, although it caught the dead center part of home plate.
Third career multi-home run game for Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn almost hit one out of the stadium back in the 5th. Fastball from Johnson misses high on the inside corner, 1-0. 8-4 Pittsburgh in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now Johnson home with a 1-0. Swung on, that's fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Merlin Valdez batting for the 5th time. He's been on 3 times in this game. The 1-1. Valdez takes a fastball at the top of the zone, a cutter. Cut fastball for a strike, 1-2. Valdez hit a ground rule double in the 2nd, singled in the 5th, and then walked in the 7th. The only time he's been retired was the ground out to 3rd in the 3rd. 8-4 Pirates. Johnson's 1-2 pitch. Popped into the air, foul, right side. Today's announced attendance, 24,023. Not many are left. Not too many decided to wait out the late rain delay today. Check swing and a curveball down and away. They ask it first and no swing, says Louis Krupa.
Well, even the tarps off crew that was up there down in the upper deck down the left field line, which was fairly well populated, it is nobody home now.
Yeah, they left after the tarp came off. 2-2 on Esmeralyn Valdez. Here comes. And he swings, sends one high in the air. This is well hit to deep left center field. Deepest part of the park and long gone. Wow. Back-to-back home runs, O'Hearn and Valdez. It is 9-4, and boy, Pierce Johnson giving Valdez a little bit of piece of his mind as he rounded the bases there.
You got to say one thing about this kid Valdez, though. Boy, he has some kind of power. We saw him go out opposite field the other night. He launched that one nearly over both bullpens.
What? Pierce Johnson was fired up. I couldn't tell who he was yelling at.
I presume he was yelling at Valdez. Valdez watched the ball. If it came off the bat, it was a pretty big home run. And then he ran down the line. Then he turned around and kind of tossed his bat back towards home plate. Maybe that was the part that got Johnson.
Maybe.
He's a little got a case of the goo right now.
Yeah, he does. Here's Tyler Callahan. Backdoor breaking ball is in there for a called strike. The count is 0-1 on Callahan. You don't see that out of Pierce Johnson a whole lot, though. I can promise you that. That's a little unusual. 9-4. Now a swing and a miss at a breaking ball.
Frustration boiling over for sure.
No question.
Yeah.
Oh, 0-2 the count on Tyler Callahan. Johnson with a high set and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a high fastball. Two away. Boy, Johnson is still hot. Here he goes to Jake Mangum. And a swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Down and in. The count is 0-1 on Mangum. Johnson with a high set. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a foul. I'm not convinced that was directed at Valdez. I mean, maybe. But we've seen far more egregious admiration jobs. Play and bat flips than that. 0-2 on Mangum. Johnson with a high set, and now the 0-2 pitch. Curveball into the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mangum.
I'm not even sure if Johnson saw him at home plate admire that, because he was probably watching the baseball. We'll get the full story later on.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson with a high set and the 1-2. Up and away. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. I'll let you ask him on the plane.
Well, I think that it'll be worth discussing with Terry Francona in your manager show tomorrow.
It'll be talked about. I might ask Pierce about it, but probably not today.
Yeah.
Here's his 2-2 pitch. Is some thunder rolls off in the distance somewhere. Fouled away left side. It's raining again, by the way. So we got that going for us. 2-2 on Jake Mangum. They never did recover the tarp, so they're not convinced that the tarp isn't going to be needed again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Johnson with a high set and the 2-2 pitch to Mangum. Way too high with a fastball upstairs. The count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There are areas where the sun's out, and then there's here where it's raining. Payoff pitch. Johnson pours it right over the outside half of the plate. That was well over the outside corner for a called strike 3, but Mangum wants to challenge. He's not going to win that. Pirates score 4 in the 8th and now lead at 9-4 as we go to the 9th inning in Pittsburgh on the Reds Radio Network.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
It's time now for the start.
Getting traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Top of the ninth inning, the Reds have a lot of work to do. They're down by 5. It was a save situation at one point when Dennis Santana, the new pitcher, was warming up in the bullpen, but that has long since been erased. He did pick up 16 saves last year, Santana did. He's got 2 this year, and this is game number 36 for the right-hander from San Pedro de Macorís.
Well, it'll be Tyler Stevenson to lead it off for the Reds here in the ninth inning. Bottom of the order for Cincinnati. Stevenson, Friedel, Arroyo due up. Other changes for Pittsburgh. There is a new center fielder in the game for the Pirates. That's Billy Cook. First pitch is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Tyler Callahan will move from left field to right. Jake Mangum moves from center field to left field. Here's the 0-1 to Stevenson. Swinging a high pop foul off the right side as one of the riverboats says hello, passing by beyond right field. A little quieter in the stands now. You hear that riverboat pretty clearly. Stevenson cues it foul over by the Reds dugout. 0-2 on Tyler Stevenson. 9-4, Pirates have the lead. We're in the top of the ninth inning. The Reds were within 1 before the Pirates followed up consecutive walks to begin the resumption, then back-to-back home runs. 0-2 pitch. Stevenson takes down and away. Rain continues to fall with sunny skies. So it's a sun shower of sorts here in Pittsburgh at the moment. A ball and 2 strikes. Santana sets, and here he comes with a 1-2. Stevenson watches the slider miss down and away. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Signal given, Santana readies, and the 2-2. Stevenson watches a slider miss down and away. The count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Hard to believe it's raining because it seems like it's sunny out there in the right field bleachers.
Yeah, it does. Need your sunglasses and an umbrella. And that's ball 4, slider down, and Tyler Stevenson walks, and now the rain's really picking up. So Stevenson will jog down to first. TJ Friedel will come to the plate. Friedel's hit the ball hard a couple of times in this game. Has nothing to show for it so far in his first game back with the Reds. Santana to the plate, and Friedel takes strike 1. A fastball across the knees. 0-1 on TJ Friedel. He'll back out of the box. The Reds do still have 1 challenge remaining. The Pirates are out. Friedel was hitting .271 with Louisville at the time he was brought back. He swings, sends a high fly ball to right. Backing up on it, Callahan, and Callahan will make the catch. Still well shy of the track, and that's the first out of the Reds' 9th inning. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. Now Edwin Arroyo. Runner at first, 1 out. Arroyo has 2 hits today, a pair of singles, and he swings and fouls it into the net above the Reds dugout for strike 1. Arroyo struck out his first time up. He had 2 hits yesterday, including a double. He looked good at the plate. He's looked good at the plate today again. Santana's 0-1, and Arroyo lays off the changeup that flutters off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike on Edwin Arroyo. Stevenson walked to start the inning. He's at first. Santana's 1-1, and a big swing and a miss at a cutter. The Reds don't need a home run right now. They're down 5. They need base runners. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the rain picking up even more with the sun shining down on us.
I think Edwin really becomes a better hitter when he gets 2 strikes on him.
Yeah, seems to, doesn't he?
Because he just kind of stays within himself.
The 1-2. And he swings and misses, and he chased a fastball up and out of the strike zone right there. So he's down on strikes. 2 gone in the 9th, and now back to the top of the order in Elly De La Cruz. It is pouring right now.
But it's still sunny in the right field bleachers, although now it must be raining there because they're beginning to file out of there a little.
Runner at first with 2 outs. Pitch to Elly is up and in for ball 1. 1-0 the count. You know the umpires just want to get through this. There's 1 out left. Santana comes set and delivers the 1-0 pitch. And it's a cutter that is just a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Stevenson goes ahead and takes second. There is a rainbow that's just faintly emerging out beyond the left field corner. 2-0 pitch to Elly. Swing and a miss. Boy, he took a big cut there. The changeup dipped down right below the zone and right under Elly's bat.
Pretty smart pitch, really, by the 30-year-old veteran. You know that Elly's a great fastball hitter, and he knew that on a 2-0 count, you better not throw him one.
Off the inside corner with a cutter, and it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count on De La Cruz. Switch hitter up there left-handed against the right-handed throwing Santana.
Same thing goes here at 3-1.
Pirates are leading it 9-4. On a bright, sunny, rain-soaked day. Swung on and fouled back.
It is sunny.
It is. Look. You need no more evidence of the sun than looking at the shadows and harsh shadows on the field from the players. And even the shadow of the stadium starting to creep out now toward home plate, but the rain is pouring. I've seen sun showers in the past, not quite this dramatic. Santana from the belt delivers. And Elly swings and pounds it into the ground, foul outside of first.
It's almost like the weather that you would expect in the tropics.
Yeah, it is. Very similar. There's actually a pretty good rainbow now that goes from the river out over left field. It's actually in the stadium, I think. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Elly. Goes from the river to the upper deck down the third baseline. Full count on Elly. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's swung on and fouled back. Actually, now that I follow that rainbow, it goes from just past first base inside the stadium and goes up and around.
You're right, it does.
It's faint, but you can see it. 3-2. High and outside, and that's ball 4. So Elly will head to first, working the walk. Second walk issued by Santana this inning. First and second now with 2 outs, and the batter is Sal Stewart.
Watching Elly run down to first base, he's really not showing a lot of signs of him being injured. When he hit that ground ball into a double play and basically collapsed at home plate.
Santana fires, and Sal Stewart swings through strike 1. Nothing in 1 the count. Santana delivers. Stewart rolls it on the ground right to the shortstop. Handled by Griffin. He'll underhand it, scoop it to Lau at the bag at second for the out. So that's all. Reds fall. Final score 9-4 Pirates. But the Reds still win the series, taking 2 of 3 here in Pittsburgh. We're back to wrap things up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.